Action?
Action.
Alright. My name's Guy, and I want to build a hostel near Yosemite National Park out of mud. What we're going to be doing out here, kind of the main thing, the main project, probably going to take a couple more years to pull off, is building the actual buildings that are going to be used for the hostel. And like I said, they're going to be built out of cob, which is pretty labor intensive, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. And all that being said, it's even better too, because it's a very green building style. Almost anyone can do it, so it's very easy to teach. So there's just a lot of opportunities here. All the research, all the time we spent the last couple years working with the local building department and planning department, we're actually going to be able to do it legally, which is kind of different than a lot of the cob building going on right now. Mostly it's people building cob buildings, benches, sheds, studios, stuff like that in their backyard. It's unpermitted, so kind of what we're hoping to trailblaze here a little bit is actually get this building style legal so people can get plans and go home and actually build their own homes out of it. And then being a hostel, travelers coming through will actually expose people to this building style as well. So to make sure before we dove into this crazy plan that it was actually going to work, what I did last year while working my crazy corporate job is rented a building in the small town Groveland right up the road and actually operated as a hostel. Worked great. We saw what we needed to see. So then took the next step, which is buying the 13 acres we're sitting on right now, which is right on the main highway in the Yosemite National Park. So we've done our research, we found our property, we've purchased it. So that's where we're at now. We're actually just now beginning the construction phase of the hostel. So what do we need the money for? Why are we asking for money? So like any project of this size, a lot of money involved, even quite a bit more than we actually anticipated, but not so much that it's extravagant and it's out there and we're not going to be able to pull it off. You know, I had no doubt in my mind we're going to be able to do this. Just this little bit of extra money we're asking for is really going to help take some of the financial stress off of the project. It's going to allow us to be a little more focused on some of the artistic aspects and generally just have more fun with it as we go too. What we need are materials. You know, there's you can only do so much with the cob, but there's also a lot of things you have to purchase, unfortunately. Like we have to mix sand in with the actual dirt from the site. You have to buy the straw bales. You have to buy the roofing materials. A lot of other things, the lumber that you're going to use in the window bucks and things like that. So long story short, there's a lot of stuff that actually has to be purchased. So that's what we're going to be doing with the money. We're using this format, the Indiegogo, because one, it's a great opportunity for people to kind of hear about what we're doing. You know, hopefully people contribute, but if not, you know, it's kind of a good format for me to tell about what we're doing up here and get the word out a little bit. We really hope people get inspired by it and kind of want to contribute and be involved. And also through this format too, we're not just begging for money. You know, it's kind of like, hey, you know, we have these perks. We're going to give things back. What I envision is some kind of celebration out here, basically showing off all the work we've done. Hopefully it's going to look really cool. We're going to cook us a big old pig. Don't worry, vegetarians, we'll have you some stuff too. And get us a couple kegs of beer. Get us some people out here playing some music, and we're going to have us a good time. Right now, what we also have, though, what I really think is kind of the cool, unique, even more so unique piece of our puzzle here, is that we see a lot of really cool opportunities. So kind of once we get the hostel built, that's the main phase. That's going to be when we're live as a business. Well, then what we want to do is transition the natural building school into, you know, this opportunity to share what we know about cob, to really get the word out, to kind of continue what we hope is going to be this cob revival. But you know, when students come out here to build, we're going to be building structures. So what we want to utilize these structures for is actually free little artisan studios. So say for instance, we have a natural building course, we come out, we end up with the studio that we're built. Well, what we want to offer it up is to someone that's interested in soap making. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. Someone can come, they can practice their trade, and then as the hostel, we're actually going to purchase that soap from them and use it in the hostel So now we have this locally sourced product. In a way of sorts, we're employing someone or giving them this opportunity to start their own business. I think we're creating a great opportunity here. And again, there's perpetuation plans that spin off of this. We hope that maybe we hit this point where we have a soap maker or potter or candle maker or whatever it may be. Well, then these guys can join forces, hopefully, lease them a small shop in town, and then start selling their goods to the tourists and the travelers that are going back and forth to Yosemite, local Groveland residents, things of that sort. So value add to our business, value add to the town, value add to the people driving through. I really think, and it's cool. It's not costing us anything. It's just a great opportunity in general, very symbiotic. So we're out here. We have a lot of land. The hostel's not going to take up that much of it. So we're going to do this little, calling it idle acres. Basically, the land's just sitting there, and we're going to offer it up to these young, aspiring farmers that want to come out. Hey, bring us a business plan of sorts. Tell us what they want to plant. The hostel can purchase some of the produce, to use like in our kitchen, in the food we're supplying our guests. But guess what? A couple of these guys, kind of same concept. They get together, actually start producing a quantity of sorts. They can move into town, participate in the local farmers market, things like that. And then the final, kind of another similar program, we've worked with the planning department, and our zoning actually allows us, after we tweaked the wording a little bit and they approved it, if we grow hops out here, we can actually process it into beer. So basically we can make beer on site. So we could have workshop, build a small little brewery, someone come in, utilize that space for free, get their recipes down, learn what they're doing, figure out their budgets, their quantities, things like that. Hostel will purchase a certain amount of it. They have leftover, they're able to create enough to sell off into town somehow. A lot of moving parts to the alcohol piece of it, but again, we'll support, we'll help research it, figure it out. Hopefully someday maybe the hostel is successful enough that we'll actually be able to fund some of these small workshops, artisans, things like that, brewers. So that's kind of our long-term, lofty hope to get their goals, but we're not going to get to any of it unless we get the hostel built, and that's where you guys come in. So hopefully you like the perks we're offering. Hopefully you'll step up and help us out, and hopefully we'll be able to repay you by being good hosts if you come visit us, or just perpetuating what we kind of see as a lot of good by offering, these free artisan spaces, things like that, locally sourcing our hostel, building it in an environmentally friendly way, yada, yada, yada. I think that about sums it up. We'll go step over, show you what we've got going now, and that's about it. All right, so we've been out here, a month now, Zach?
Yeah, about a month.
So what you see going on here, basically this is the foundation, and the walls starting to go up on 6 of the bedrooms for our first hostel building. And then way off over there in the distance, way past that, is where the second building is going to go. So we still need to add, there's going to be about 3 to 4, probably about 4 more of these similar style kind of shaped structures that are going to be incorporated into this building. And yeah, hopefully by about this time next year, these will be finished, beautiful, and this place will be buzzing with all these cool people going up to see Yosemite National Park. I don't know. We've been running this campaign, I think about a month now. We're kind of hot and heavy out of the chute, and then got out here working for the past month. So actually been out here since early June building on site. No internet, so we're not able to update and things like that. So apologize to anyone that's keeping track of us. But what I really wanted to do is say, hey, thanks to everyone that's contributed so far. It's great, it's cool, it's inspiring to see the little emails come in to let you know someone's contributed. And I look forward to designing the t-shirts, getting them out to everyone. I look forward to anyone that's coming to the party. I look forward to hopefully naming some beds after some people, some cabins, and yeah, making this thing happen.